So here's how you reach 100 sales a day with these 24 juicy methods. Now I've gone ahead and put together a comprehensive guide going over lots of different methods and channels. And for example, we've got a quick wins strategy, the best SEO strategies, page strategies, and more. But before I get into it, first of all, who am I and why should you listen to me? Well, I started in digital marketing when I was only 16 and I'm currently 26, so I've been in the game for 10 years. I've worked in multiple award-winning marketing agencies. I've worked on small and large e-commerce companies up to millions of pages, plural. And what I specialize in, because digital marketing is quite broad, what I specialize in is search engine optimization. And if you enjoy e-commerce content and marketing, and you essentially want to grow your business, then I highly recommend subscribing to this channel. So first and foremost, let's take a look at the quick win strategy. What should you be doing? First of all, let's focus on our products here, because essentially we want to get sales, right? So add social proof, i.e. reviews, even if you don't have any for that particular product. So you've got a particular product and you want to sell it, but it doesn't have any reviews yet. So what you can do is simply add some generic reviews about your business. Very simple, very straightforward. That way you've got social proof on your page. Next up, this is an old but gold one. Add proof icons. And this is another conversion optimization strategy. So for example, 30-day money back guarantee, free shipping. And here's an example here. It's a bit blurred, but you get the point. So they've added free shipping, free returns, and essentially this is an easy way to convey information without the user having to scroll. So let's just say you're going for a younger audience, you're selling clothing to a younger audience. Well, guess what? They just want to get in and out. You know, their attention span is very low. So things like this could help. So next up is adding all angles of your products. Bonus points for videos. So the user, naturally, they want to see every angle of what they're buying, especially for expensive items. So for example, if you've got a luxury handbag, you're selling some luxury shoes, they're very expensive. Well, naturally, they're going to want to see all angles of that product. The more angles you get, the better. Certain features you might want to zoom in on. So maybe there's a certain feature on a particular action figure. You'd want to zoom in on that and basically show the user what it looks like. So this way they know exactly what they're buying, and in turn this will help lower the amount of returns you're getting. So next up is answer the objections. So one of the things you could do is use ChatGPT for some quick insights, which I'll go over in my next video, which will come out tomorrow hopefully, and actually do some digging, right? Do some digging. Go on Facebook groups, on forums. I remember when I had to help this company sell more board games. Well, I went to Facebook groups and essentially asked questions why people would buy a particular product, and I added their reasons into the copy, and that helped a lot. So one of the objections for this stand might be, does it add heat, right? Because at the bottom it's not going to be able to dissipate that heat, possibly. But it mentions here heat dissipation. So that's one objection they've gone ahead and answered. So make a list of those objections, and hopefully tomorrow I'll have a video on basically everything I do when it comes to creating product copy. Very simple, very straightforward, but highly effective. Next up is an SEO strategy. It's very simple, very straightforward. Place your target keyword in the meta title on H1 tag. So when it comes to on-page SEO, this is the most powerful thing you can do. It's the strongest indicators on what the page is about. So the page title is right here. So if you hover up and look at this tab, that's the meta title. And then the H1, you can figure out what the H1 is by simply using this tool. So it says missing H1 on this particular page that I'm on. Very simple, very straightforward. And last but not least, for the quick wins, is make sure it's easy to contact you. I find that this consistently works. I don't even have to test it anymore. So your contact page should be displayed in the menu. If it's not in the top menu, at least display in the footer. You can also add a support email beneath the add to cart button. So you've got the add to cart button, and beneath it you could put support@yourwebsite.com, so they know exactly where to email you. And this is especially important if they've never heard of you before, not just never buying from you. If they've never heard of you before, never heard of your company, if something goes wrong, they want to know how they can easily get in touch with you. And if you have more resources, you can add a chat feature to it. Oh wait, we've got two more. Next up is clear shipping info. This is very important. This is one of the major reasons for cart abandonment is not too clear on the shipping info. So you want to make it its own tab if you want to be very clear on it. So there's no way the customer doesn't know. So for example here, it's a drop down delivery and return. So they know we aim to deliver all our products in 1 to 3 working days. We use Royal Mail and Parcel Force. Delivery times may vary for non-UK destination. However, we aim to deliver all overseas orders within 3 to 10 working days. And it goes into more details about their delivery and returns. Very helpful. Now, last but not least, for the quick wins, it's allow monthly payments, and essentially this is going to reduce the barrier to purchase while still getting paid in full, and also make sure it's interest free. Not only do I think it's scummy to add interest to it, because if they're paying in full, there's no need to add interest to it, but that'll also lower your conversion because they're having to pay more. And that's the quick win strategy. Next up, let's go on to the 4 SEO strategies here. So first of all, use your product features as keywords. So for example, if your product title is Hellman's Hard Shell Helmet, but it includes, your helmet has features like it's breathable, it's lightweight, it reflects the sun, it fits all head shapes, etc. You're going to want to include these in the body, right, in your description, as well as much as you can fit inside the title, because people would be searching those features up. So you're going to want to add it to your title in order to rank for as many keywords as you can. So if you want to know how many things you can fit into your title without it being too much, just use this extension. And once you reach 60 characters or 580 pixels, that's when basically that's the max, right? So you can use this right here. It's pretty handy. Next up, pick the product you want to sell most and link to them in the footer. So if you're a subscriber, if you've watched one of my videos, you know that I always talk about this. It's my favorite internal linking strategy because it's an easy way to get a quick boost that's long term. And all you're going to do is include 5 to 7 of these category links inside the footer. You don't want to go too crazy with the links in the footer because it could dilute the link juice, meaning those links, internal links, won't be as powerful. And you also want to keep the page clean. You don't want it to be cluttered. So as you can see here, these guys have linked to the non-alcoholic red wine, non-alcoholic white wine, and that's what they're looking to rank. So next up, use Google Search Console. So essentially, find the most linked to pages and link to priority pages with them. So all you can do is go to Google Search Console. On the left, there's a link called links, and you'll be taken to this page here. And essentially, you're going to find the most internally and externally linked pages and link to the pages you want to rank most. However, you want to exclude things like the about page, contact page. Those don't count. And also only link to relevant pages. Last but not least, for the SEO, consider indexing facets. So the faceted navigation are the product options you have on your page. So for example here, they're selling Hoovers, and this is their facets here. So they've got brands and they've got types. So they've got handheld. So if you're not indexing that, maybe you should index some of those facets. So you could have categories dedicated to Shark Hoovers, Dyson Hoovers, Samsung Hoovers, and then have some dedicated to handheld Hoovers. And it gets more complicated if you're an apparel brand. And essentially what I'd recommend you do is do keyword research first before you consider indexing those facets. And we're blitzing straight through this video, like always. So next up, let's go on to paid strategies. Also, if you have any questions, just drop in the comments below. Use Facebook retargeting for cheaper ads and higher conversions. So dropshippers are probably rolling their eyes right now because they've already done this, but just bear with me for the people who haven't. It's pretty simple to install the pixel. So all this is a piece of code Facebook gives you to install on your site so they can see who's coming to what pages. And this is great to pair with SEO. So when a user comes from Google to your category or product page, there's high chance they're looking to buy if they came directly from Google and they landed on one of your product or category pages. They're in a commercial frame of mind. And for the ones who don't buy, for whatever reason, you can retarget them on Facebook and Instagram. And this is also cheaper than just standard Facebook ads. Next up, you can partner with influencers. And what's great about this is you have the option to work with people of any size and you can choose your budget. It doesn't matter what budget you have. You can find someone who's willing to work with you. And some quick tips on that. So first of all, make sure they're getting real views and engagement. So people tend to fake the engagement on Instagram. So if you look at the comments, it's always, oh, I love this page, it's the best page ever. You know there's a fake. And when it comes to YouTube, YouTube is great because the video won't go down and it has the potential to bring in buyers for years to come if the video is ranked for keywords. So you could do some keyword research and say to the influencer, I want a video based on this. And they may end up ranking for certain keywords which will allow you to bring more traffic to your site for years to come. So next up, Google Ads. I love this particular one. Go all out on your negative keywords list. So for those who don't know, negative keywords are keywords you don't want your ads to show for. And this space is going to be saving you money and better targeting. So for example, you don't want to be targeting things like free, cheap, competition, or your competitor names. So for example, if someone's looking for Boots skincare, well, guess what? They're looking for that particular brand, right? And if you don't know, Boots is a skincare company in the UK. So you're going to want to add them to your negative keywords list. So that's the paid strategy. Next one is actually sell on other platforms. So for example, Amazon FBA, everyone loves next day shipping, and it's generally easier to get in front of more customers since Amazon is massive. I believe it's the biggest e-commerce site in the world, which is not surprising at all. So if you want an instant rush of traffic, get on Amazon. Next up is eBay. eBay is very quick and easy to get selling. And there's one particular company I work with, and even though they're ranking very well on Google for their search queries that they want to rank for, and they're killing it there, they're doing even better on eBay. So a lot of your customers may be on eBay. Next up is consider niche platforms. So for example, Etsy is amazing for arts and crafts. Depop is amazing for clothing. So you might know niche platforms. If you don't, look it up and start selling on there essentially. Next up is increase the order value. So first of all, selling bundles. So for example, if you're selling this comic book, volume 1, well, you could sell in bundle, volume 2, volume 3, and each time they select another volume, they get a bigger discount. So pairing it with volume 2 may give them a 3% discount. Pairing it with volume 3 will get them a 6% discount, etc. Now you can remove the single item option if you really believe selling in bundles is the best way forward. This is also great if you don't have a complementary product to offer. And what you want to do is test this on products that have a lot of positive reviews, because when people are buying in bundles, well, guess what? They're spending more money. So naturally, there's going to be a higher barrier to purchase. So if you've got a page with lots of reviews, lots of positive ratings, guess what? Test it out on that first. So next up is upsell on your add to cart page. So this is a bit of a cheeky one, but Boots does a great job. So if you go to boots.com or is it .co.uk, and if you add to basket and then go click on your basket page, your cart page, guess what? It'll recommend products here on the left that are related to the ones you added to your basket. So it may be worth doing that for you. So for example, if you've got a product and below that is the frequently brought together, you can just add those frequently brought together items to the recommended ones on the add to cart page. Next up is downsell on the thank you page, another cheeky one. So they may not have gone for the next item up, so give them a discount. So let's just say with this example here, they brought volume 1 and 2, but they didn't buy volume 3. What you can do is on the thank you page, downsell it to them. Maybe you've got a bigger discount on that, or maybe you'll add priority shipping to that. So give them an actual incentive, an actual reason to go for it. And they may not have gone for any products you recommended in the cart page. So recommend different ones instead and see how that does. And the thing is, when they've made a purchase, is they're in a happier state of mind because they're excited for that product to come. So that's why psychologically this may do well for your e-commerce store. Next up, let's look at some long-term plays. So first of all, blogging. So what you want to do is target buyer keywords. So best X for Y. So let's just say you're a graphics card company. So you can put best graphics card for Fortnite and target that. When people land on your post, you have links to those graphics cards, and guess what? They're in that buyer frame of mind. They may purchase right there and then. And next up is increase your topical relevance. So this is great if you're trying to compete with Amazon and eBay because you don't have as many products in a particular area. So let's just say you're selling skincare items, organic skincare items. Well, guess what? Amazon's going to have a lot more pages related to that. So naturally, Google's going to rank them higher because they're more relevant for those for the search queries, because they have a lot more pages dedicated towards that. And one way you combat this is by blogging about organic skincare, and this will increase your relevance also. And on top of that, Amazon, eBay, these e-commerce sites, they're not blogging. And one of the things when you're finding these keywords to target is understanding the buyer journey the awareness stage, so they're aware of the pain or problem. Then there's the consideration stage, so they're aware of the solution, right? They're looking at reviews, best X for Y. And then the decision stage, which is they're aware of what to do in order to solve that problem, right? So they're looking for like buy jojoba skincare, right? If you don't know, jojoba is a type of plant. Next up is capture and nurture emails, capture and nurture visitors. So you can use a lead magnet, so sticking with the skincare example. So this one in particular, they've gone for 10 best makeup and beauty tips for women over 40. And they can download that PDF, that guide, and as time goes on, you can give them more info and then give them links to relevant products that women over 40 would be interested in. So last but not least, when it comes to the long play, is try a customer loyalty scheme. So for example, this site here, they sell board games and they've got victory points. So if you buy some, you'll get a certain amount of victory points, and you can purchase things with those victory points. And of course, you want to make sure it's a system that is actually profitable. And essentially what you're doing is you're getting them into your ecosystem. So what's the next steps for you? The next steps is I would recommend you watching this video. It's an e-commerce case study where I helped this site, this company, add an extra 90k to their business. And if you just click on this channel, it'll come up right here, and I'd highly recommend you watch that. Because it's a step-by-step guide on what to do. And as I mentioned in the beginning, if you're interested in more methods on growing your e-commerce site, then there's a lot more to come. I'm trying to publish one video a day. I did miss yesterday, but I'm going to try keep up with this. I'm not feeling too well, but again, I'm going to try keep up with it. Got another video coming tomorrow, which is about creating your product copy. And also, I always get straight to the point with my videos, get in and out, because I know that's what you want to do, and you're probably watching this on like 1.5x at least. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video.